There we go. There we go. Okay. Welcome to the June CCRA Zoning Committee meeting. We are a nonprofit. You're welcome to join our meeting if you would like. It's always encouraged for people that are living and working in our district. Our territory goes from Broad Street to the Schuylkill River, from south to the north side of South Street to the south side of JFK. Our decisions, actually, is everybody just with you? Our decisions are not final. The zoning board decision is final. If it's important to you, please attend the zoning board meeting. We will announce when that is during the hearing. And it actually is, let's see, the zoning board hearing, if it's here, the hearing date is September 22nd at 2 p.m. So if you want to attend that meeting, that's where the final vote will be taken on this topic. We have, for the people that have been here, 1718 Delancey will not be heard tonight. They had additional issues. They're going to be heard next month. So our one and only case for tonight is 2009-11 Sansom Street. It's for the erection of one double-faced sign with static illumination to be extended above the second floor window sill of the attached structure. The sign accessory to a sit-down restaurant, size and location as shown in this application plan. No change in structure height or area in this application. The refusal, the projection signs are permitted. So where you can have signs against the building, you can't have signs projecting off the building, whereas projecting signs are prohibited in Center City commercial area on properties that do not front Market Street between front, this doesn't make sense, put Market Street between Front and Fifth. Well, we're not between Front and Fifth, but hey, you got refused anyway.
We did. There were a few things that were not correct on the refusal, which one of the main ones, which I will go over with you as well.
Okay, so first, the way this goes, we don't really seem to have anybody else other than the zoning committee members and the presenters. But the way this will go, the applicant will present, the committee will ask questions, members of the public can ask questions, and then we'll go into a closed session and vote. You will be notified shortly by Ben of the decision. We will either oppose, not oppose, or not oppose with provisos. We never support anything. The best you're going to get is non-opposition. Okay?
Understood.
Then you can go.
Great. Do you want me to, I guess I share my screen here?
Yes.
With the various, okay, let me just pull this up for a minute. Great, okay.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so good evening. My name again is Carrie Nace-Paust. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Fox Rothschild. Also here with me this evening is Brett Naylor. He is the owner and applicant for this application. He's also going to be the tenant of the building as well. The property is zoned CMX4. It's located at 2009-2011 Sansom Street. And it was previously used as the social club dance school, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. It was there for quite some time. Mr. Naylor purchased the property back in March of 2019 and is proposing to renovate it to be used for a restaurant. During the renovations for the restaurant, the applicant, I'm sorry, let me just go back one second. So Mr. Naylor, as I said, is renovating it for the restaurant. He actually has operated a restaurant in Center City for over 10 years. So he does have experience with the restaurant industry here in Center City. The building is historic. And in fact, the existing sign that is part of the building is a historical element of the building. I'm just going to pull it up here. Let me see. Here's the existing sign you can see that's on the building. The intent in redeveloping this property for a restaurant was always that Mr. Naylor would keep the existing sign, part due to its historic component for the building, but that he would just reface the sign for the proposed restaurant, which is going to be called Wilder, which is here's the new sign that's being proposed. During the renovations of the interior of the building for the restaurant, some of the exterior bricks were exposed, at which point the building inspector identified, and it became aware to them that the exterior was in a state of disrepair. The bricks were crumbling, and the inspector required that they reface the facade of the building to remedy those failing facade material. So in order to make those facade renovations, they were required to remove the sign from the building so they could do the work. When they started removing the sign, they realized that the actual structure of the sign were rusty, old, and again, in poor condition. So the thought is that they would simply be replacing an existing sign, but with new structural components. It was the opinion of L&I that they did need to go in for a full zoning permit for the placement of the sign. The existing sign is obviously non-conforming in terms of being a projecting sign, and then also location and size of it. We believe that we would be permitted to replace the sign as an existing non-conformity, in just given the fact that, again, we would be maintaining the size, location, the way that it's attached to the building. However, as I said, L&I required that we go through the zoning process, which we did. We presented this sign to the Historic Commission. We did receive their approval, which was submitted to you in your packet. There's a letter here that we had submitted the information, which the Historic Commission did approve January 22nd, 2021. The Art Commission also reviewed the proposed sign, and in fact noted here that they were extremely supportive of the proposal, which is also approved by the Philadelphia Historic Commission. So again, as I indicated, we are maintaining existing size, existing location. The one thing that I do want to note, which was incorrect in the refusal, is the sign that's being proposed is actually permitted is 66.66 square feet, the total sign area. We are proposing a total sign area of 75.7 square feet. L&I, when they reviewed it, they took the total square footage, and I believe that they applied it to each face. So in the refusal, you'll see that the proposed sign area is actually listed as 151 square feet, which is incorrect. So the variance that we would be looking for is actually to provide a total sign area of 75.7 as compared to the permitted, which is approximately 67. So it's only about 9 square feet in difference. Right now, each face of the sign is 37.8 square feet. So again, I take that double for each side. It's the 75.7 is what we come up with. So again, we are in compliance with what the existing sign measures and is located. We believe that we're permitted to continue to reinstall the sign as an existing nonconformity. L&I did issue the refusal because the location and the size of it do not comply with zoning. So we did file an appeal to the zoning board to legalize the proposed sign. We have our hearing scheduled for September 22nd. And we're here this evening to answer any questions that you may have and address any concerns or comments that you may have so that we can move forward with our hearing.
Okay. Quick clarification question before I go to the committee. 2011 is the building the sign's attached to, right?
Let me see here.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and that building was demolished pretty much completely during renovation, right?
The front was, not the sidewalls and so forth, just the front.
Well, the floors were demolished.
Oh yeah, the interior floor, yeah.
So basically there was, the sidewalls were there, but straight through was demolished. Front, all the interior and the back, and the roof, right?
Correct, yep.
Okay, so so the whole building was demolished except for the side party walls, which, that's a building that this sign's attached to, right?
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Okay, we'll go through the committee. Ben W., questions?
Yeah, twofold. Was there a hardship or reason for the slight variance in size from the original to the new? And as a side note, was there an intent or the designer a reason why they took kind of the deco elements out of the sign that was there?
Sure. In terms of hardship, again, it was our intent to maintain the existing size characteristic of this sign, recognizing that the sign is an historical element to the building itself. So again, we were trying to just continue to maintain what was previously there, which was the original intent. In terms of design, I don't know, Brett, is that something that you can answer in terms of the elements of the design?
I can somewhat talk to it. I'm more into the food realm than design, but I'll try my best here. The interior design has a lot of this like oval shape, like especially in like the staircase going up from the first floor to the second floor in like the railing. So the intent was to bring that interior design element out to the signs, but connected.
Okay, you done, Ben?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, Ben Z,
No questions.
Bob Lane,
No questions.
Michelle?
Just curious about the name of the new restaurant. Is that some kind of indication of the, I guess, ambiance?
Oh, you're talking about as far as the name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the restaurant, still figuring out a way to like the tagline of what I want to call it, but it's like a seasonal creative American cuisine, but it's heavily focused on wild seafood and that kind of stuff. So that's where, and it's like a mixture of different ingredients and techniques. So that's where this name kind of wrapped in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's it for me, Sam.
Okay, Doug?
My question was already answered. Thank you.
Okay, Evan?
Is it just the cover of the original sign that's being replaced, or is it the whole thing is being replaced with something that's like kind?
Sure. So, and Brett, correct me if I'm wrong. Originally, the intent was that it would just be the sign face. However, once we removed it, we became aware that the actual structure was rusted and needs to be replaced. So we are now replacing the entire sign, but in like kind.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty good.
Jacob?
Just two questions. One, material, and two, can you talk about the illumination?
Sure, let me see.
Yeah, I can jump on that if you want. So the material it's like made out of like think of aluminum. I don't know the full technical stuff, but an aluminum body or so forth. Just the original one was I don't know if it was like steel or iron or what. It was extremely heavy and rusting out. So the sign maker wants to make it in some type of aluminum with whatever is steel welds and so forth. So it's lighter and can, I guess, like the wind impact and so forth is more, you know, has a longer life to it. And then the illumination. So on this one that is shown here, the illumination will be, this isn't the perfect color, but it's more of like a, you can say like, I don't like the word salmon, but I'll say it anyway, salmon, pinkish type color, lighter for the oval outline, and then like an outline on the letters itself.
What's the materials where Wilder is? What are those materials?
So the entire sign, so the green background and below where it's this plant floral pattern is all hand painted. And then the floral pattern on like the side, the width area, yeah, right there is hand painted. My wife is actually gonna be painting it. And then the whites on the Wilder on the inside, all of it is hand painted. And then the material, like the neon material is the neon tube, lighting tube.
Is it really neon, or is it just plexiglass that's lit from behind?
I believe it's neon. It's like the thin neon tube.
Right. So I want to confirm and make sure that everyone's aware that the old sign was not illuminated and this sign is internally illuminated. Is that correct?
The old sign, when we took it down, it did have internal illumination components in it. So I don't know when they stopped lighting it up or what have you, but when we took it down, it had the, you know, the mechanisms or components inside of it.
Okay.
Anything else, Ben? Or Jacob?
Nope.
Okay, Robin?
No questions.
Janice?
Sure. Do the letters flash, or is there any motion in lights?
No flashing, and no flashing or strobes or anything like that. And it'll be like not as like it, I know it's in like Jerry can, my architect can help me out with this, but I think it's lumens. It's not, it's like a more of like a mild light.
Softening effect.
Yeah,
Jerry, are you on the line?
Yeah, I can jump in. Janice, the lighting as we presented to historic it's a static form of lighting. So the level of illumination is localized to the sign itself. So it's not reaching out beyond the general area of the sign.
And next question is, should the business change, can the sign maker please make it possible to modify this sign so that it doesn't look, so it make, I don't know if you slide the plate out or something, so that we don't have to, have the sign that is kind of repaired but not looking wonderful. I don't know how to exactly put that, but a panel that slides out or something so that it can be changed.
Sure.
For which?
Sure. Jerry, the comment is that in designing this, if we can design it so that the panel would slide out, so that if the restaurant no longer operated there, the new operator, it could, like a new sign panel, I would think could go in, so that we wouldn't need to, I guess, either come back or, just, I think it would be easier so that and a cleaner look, so that they could just change the name of the operation.
As I understand the construction techniques for the sign, Janice, the sign face itself is going to be anchored to the framework. It's basically a box truss within the faces. So they would have to, whoever is coming in with a new sign, a new name, would have to remove the face in its entirety and replace it, and the box truss would remain.
sounds like it's modifiable then.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Is it, for the architect, is it in fact neon?
It is neon. And so the neon is outlining each letter as well as the oval of the actual sign.
Okay, cool. Wade, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay, have I missed anybody? Are there any members of the public here that would like to speak? Do you have any letters of support from your neighbors for this?
We do have, which I will submit to you the form that was to be filled out with signatures of the surrounding property owners that are in support.
Okay, and can you just tell me, we're gonna vote in a few minutes, so can you just tell me how many you have of support?
Yep, let me just
Yeah.
stop sharing for a minute and I'll pull it up.
Okay, or you can share that list.
Correct. I just need to go into my email here to pull it up. So give me
Okay.
one moment.
In the our first Zoom meeting, we were talking to an attorney, we were in a dress rehearsal, and he was having a little trouble, and he showed us his whole desktop. I'm like,
I know not to do that.
I said, "There's things on there you really don't want to be showing us."
So bear with me 1 second because I will pull
Take
it
your
up.
time.
Okay, so it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
If you could just share it real quick,
Yep.
that'd
I
be
was
great.
first counting the number here, so let
Okay.
me, now I can share it. So it looks like we have 9. Here we go, and I will forward this to you. So 2017 Sansom. So I support the proposed sign based on the drawings presented to the Center City Residents Association as well as zoning committee for June 22nd meeting. So 2017, 2019.
Looks like the same signature.
Yeah, same person.
He owns 3 of the properties.
Yeah.
Wow.
William Newman, 2038, 2044, 2015, and it looks like 2014 through 2016.
Okay. I think we're complete for your portion. So if you could send that to us, that'd be great. And we'll vote tonight and you'll hear from Ben soon.
Great. I'll email it over to you right now.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Have a good night.
Okay. Oh, somebody just showed up to admit on an iPhone.
Yes.
Let me just see who it is. Well, I'll admit them, see who they are.
It's Wade.
Hello, who's on the iPhone?
This person at the bottom.
Okay, sir, on the iPhone with the lovely beard.
Jason Nussbaum.
Jason Nussbaum. You're late.
I'm sorry, man. I just got the kids to bed and wasn't able to jump on the phone yet.
Okay, are you here? What case are you here for?
For the neon sign at 2009 to 11 Sansom.
Oh, you just made it in time. Okay, you were the one, they left. We just had to leave a second ago. And you have a comment? Jason Nussbaum, and your address is?
2007 Sansom Street.
2007. Okay.
Also known as 118 South 20th Street.
Oh, the restaurant on the corner.
Well, it's a restaurant and there's 3 apartments up above. I live in one of them.
Okay. And what do you want to tell us?
So the sign was there for a while without any lights on it. A little bit concerned about the brightness of the light, but something else is a little bit more concerning. So I own 116 to 118 South 20th Street. There's a neighboring property at 114 South 20th Street, and there's another property at 112 South 20th Street. Those three properties have the legal rights to the alley that abuts the 2009 to 11 property. But the 2009 to 11 property doesn't have the rights to the alley. I was asked to provide access to the alley, and I said I can't unilaterally do that back in 2018 by the applicant. And subsequent to that, he filed a quitclaim deed to take ownership rights of the alley, which is basically you can file a quitclaim deed to buy the Brooklyn Bridge. It doesn't mean anything, but the activity of the construction going on there, putting scaffolding in the alley without approval, blocking fire egress of the other buildings with the way the scaffolding is erected. I'm just concerned overall about the way they're going to operate and the kind of neighbors that are going to be. And because of that, I'm concerned about whether the sign itself is going to have the positive effects to the community that they want it to be, and if it's a problem afterwards, if they're going to do anything about correcting it.
Okay.
Yep. Bottom line is I'm just concerned about the way that they conducted themselves as neighbors thus far. Makes me concerned about anything else that they're trying to do.
Okay.
All right. I consider myself a good neighbor. The first thing I do when I take on a new project is no different than when I've appeared before this same committee before. I go and talk to all my neighbors, get their, hear their concerns and address them. Such has not been the case with me.
Okay, we'll take that into consideration.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. And we'll ask you to leave the meeting.
I will do that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So is everybody familiar with the way this looked before we go into
Can we kill the recording?
No,
Always
thank you
forget to
very
do that.
much.